Roughly 68 million Americans are under some type of heat alert, and for many, it won't let up for weeks. Making matters worse, the air quality is bad for millions in the East and the Midwest. Jonathan Vigliotti is in Los Angeles, where the power grid is now under strain today. Jonathan, good morning.
And good morning to you. Residents here in California are being asked to conserve their power consumption to prevent the possibility of blackouts. Meanwhile, a number of wildfires have broken out across the state under this extreme heat.
California firefighters are working around the clock battling multiple brush fires throughout the state as it faces its hottest weather of the year. Crews navigated difficult terrain to contain the Ladoga fire in Northern California, which appears to have started by lightning. California's Death Valley continues to be stifled by triple-digit heat. Temperatures are above 110 degrees at night. Jeff Smith is with Pacific Gas and Electric.
When you've got really hot temperatures that don't cool down at night, that can be really taxing on the electrical equipment.
Arizona's power grid is meeting demand even as residents in the Phoenix area set a new record for the amount of electricity used. The city also broke a heat record today after experiencing 19 consecutive days of 110 degrees or higher. So far, 12 people have died in Maricopa County this year because of the heat.
I cry all the time. I yell at the heat till I go away.
Half of those deaths come from the most vulnerable, those without housing.
Extreme heat is Arizona's natural disasters. Some ice-cold water, a hat, some sunscreen, anything like that is a lifeline for people in need.
In Las Vegas, Nevada, where it's been 110 degrees or above for more than a week,
we had probably a 20 or 30% increase in calls, if not more.
James Langley has been working overtime all week after a power surge left residents in the neighborhood of Providence without air conditioning.
We went from running 2 trucks 8 hours a day to running 3 trucks about 13, 14 hours a day. So quite a bit. I mean, everybody really wasn't ready for this heat.
And meanwhile, back here in California, the wildfire season has actually gotten off to a pretty late start because of all of the winter rain. But with all of this extreme heat and now all of this dry vegetation, officials are warning of a potentially explosive wildfire season ahead. Nancy, Anne Marie.
Jonathan, thank you. Let's bring in Emily Foxhall now. She covers all things heat energy for the Texas Tribune. Emily, thank you so much for joining us. I saw that the high in Houston is 101 today. Can you tell us a little bit about the extreme conditions you're seeing there?
Sure. It hasn't been a very fun few weeks for those of us in Texas, but we've also been experiencing record heat and record power demand related to that. And it's been a deadly few weeks. You know, I think for average people just going through their days, you can feel the strain just on your body. But there was a postal worker who died on their route and a construction worker just a few weeks ago who died while at work. So it really is dangerous and deadly heat that we're experiencing here.
You know, when you think of Texas and you think of energy, you think of oil and gas. It's sort of counterintuitive to think of solar, but you certainly have the sunshine for it. And this solar energy has really been growing in Texas. How significantly has Texas been relying on solar energy during this period to ensure that you have the power that you need?
Yes, I agree with you. It's really interesting to see Texas leading the way with renewable energy, but there's been a ton of solar that's come online here in recent years, and it comes in really handy in times like this. There's experts who say the reason we've been avoiding any rolling blackouts or any calls for power cuts they're attributing to solar. And part of the reason is power demand goes up really high when people come home from work and they turn on their appliances or they start running the air conditioning a little colder. And that's the time when solar's really doing well. You know, the sun is still up and can contribute to getting the Texas grid through the tight time. So people have really been applauding that energy source and the recent addition of it here.
Especially after all the grid issues that Texas has seen in the past few years. How is Texas specifically focused on investing in its solar energy availability in recent years to get to where it is even now?
Sure. I would say the story even goes back before solar to wind development started with some incentives in the state more than 20 years ago, and wind really boomed here. Texas is the leader in wind power, and we're number 2 in solar, just behind California, which, you know, Texas doesn't like to be behind California, but experts are projecting that solar is going to be added even more exponentially coming forward in the next few years, particularly industrial solar. So those big, solar farms you might think of that you might see driving down the highway. So when you talk to companies, they say the regulatory framework here is really friendly to business. Texas had a lot of space and farmers who are willing to lease their land for solar development. So that's really helpful for the growth here. And third, we have a lot of sun. So it's a good place to develop the resource and a friendly environment for it.
So how did this happen with Texas? Because, energy and politics, it's kind of all wrapped up. You have a governor who's gone out of his way to make sure that fossil fuels were protected. So how did Texas become a leader when it comes to renewable energy?
Yeah, it's been a really interesting time to be reporting on that issue because just in this last legislative session this year, the tide really started to shift against renewable energy for the first time. So the state is no longer letting solar and wind projects qualify for school tax cuts, which, is something that helped incentivize projects here. But up until now, with the growth of wind and the early growth of solar, it was a friendly environment. So people are really starting to question if, this attitude change during the legislative session might change things. Politicians were really threatening to put stricter regulatory requirements on these companies, but that didn't end up going through. So the big picture story was that renewable companies kind of escaped without the worst suggestions for them during the session, but it made some people a little nervous. So we'll see if that slows the development here at all, or if the financial incentive is just too strong to keep it going.
Right, definitely worth watching. Emily Foxhall, thank you very much. Stay cool if you can.
Thank you, I appreciate it.